So if you do fight on UFC 254, you'd be fighting on a Khabib undercard. And I know Khabib's a guy that you said that you've had a lot of respect for. I'm just wondering, how would it feel to sort of fight on a Khabib undercard? And also, what is it about Khabib that sort of, I guess, you gravitate towards about his style? Is it a personal thing? Is it a fighter thing? What is it?
Yeah, it's both. It's both with Khabib. I think Khabib is he's phenomenal. He's very respectful and honorable. I think he is a stand-up role model for the sport and for people just alike. I think that's how you should act, especially us as warriors going into battle. I think that's the respect and the honor you have to give your opponent. So that's the first one. That's my thing. I think GSP did a good job of that as well. And there are a lot of other fighters, but that's along the train I'm thinking of. And two, it's just Khabib's fighting prowess and style, man. Like, everyone knows what he's gonna do. Everyone knows what he's gonna do, and no one can stop him. And no one can stop. There's no secret. He doesn't come into fights with new game plans. He doesn't come into fights. It doesn't matter, because he just knows that he's gonna take you down and bash shit out of you. And that's it. Every fight, same game plan, same layout. He knows. He knows. It's amazing. It is amazing to have that sort of, like, that level of anything in the game. Like, because there have been very high level guys in the game, like, across the history. Like, there's been a lot of high level guys with those sort of skill sets where people know what they're doing, and then they start to work them out and they start to counter them, and then you see everyone switched onto it, and then the guy can't quite get his game plan off anymore. Not with Khabib. Khabib does it. He makes it work no matter what, and that is amazing, especially at the level that he's at. I think that's amazing. I would love to be on his undercard for two reasons. One, because I respect him, and I think it's just great to be on a guy who I respect so highly, to be on the same fight card, to be in the same event. And two, because I'm not the main event and I'm not fighting 5 rounds. I'm very happy about that.
Okay, we'll touch on that in a second. And also 3, because you can see his fight live for once. But I was going to say, how do you even beat a guy like Khabib? Because I think it was Grange TV, you were talking about, I think your theory was that you just don't see him ever losing.
I don't see him losing. I don't see him losing ever. Like, with someone with that caliber and that level of skill, and that overwhelming level gap. It's how do you beat him? You catch him. You can't catch him because he's got a chin made out of granite. So, you know what I mean? Like, you'd have to catch him as he's diving forward with a flying knee. Like, and it has to be massive. And I'm pretty sure even while he's half out, he'll still shoot for a single and grab it. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't see it. I don't see it. Honestly, the only way I think you could beat Khabib is if you fought fire with fire. And that's if you tried out wrestling him. Like, you took it to him in the wrestle. But how do you out wrestle Khabib when the level gap's that huge? You know, I think that's the only way, though, is to just to spam wrestle him. It's the only way, because it stops him being offensive. So you be offensive on him, and mate, that's hard. You got to turn it into like a 5-round wrestling match.
Which I don't think Justin Gaethje is necessarily fond of doing. He likes to have these crazy exciting fights. Last one on Khabib. How do you see Justin faring against Khabib?
Gaethje's got next level wrestling, but. You know, which is why we went through that period where he's just throwing bombs, and I was like, he's so much better than that. He's so much better than that. He can mix it up so well with the best of them. He's such a good fighter. I think he's like, honestly, I think he's gonna give Khabib one of his toughest tests. I think Gaethje's gonna give him one of his toughest tests for sure.
Would it be fair to say that, and there's a lot of people excited for a potential GSP Khabib fight, for Khabib's final fight in the UFC? Would it be safe to say you're one of those people hoping, maybe that one comes together?
2 of your
before
favorites.
It's all said and done?
Not really, because they're 2 of my favorites, right? I don't want to.
You'll be watching that one.
Yeah, because no, probably not. But because if those 2 guys fight, they're 2 of my favorites, right? And they're 2 of the most stand-up guys and honorable guys in the sport. If those 2 guys fight, someone has to lose, and I don't want that for either one of them. You know? So I guess not, especially as well as like the fact that just the chips are stacked against George at the moment because he's been out for so long, and a different weight division, and it's just different. It's just different. But who knows? Maybe they make $1 billion each from the fight, which would set them up for life, which they're already set up. But I guess, like, why not?
Mm.
I don't know.